podcast. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Welcome to another delicious edition of the Let's Dine Out Show. Food critic Allan Borgen here.
And Izzy Bussey.
And how are you doing, Izzy?
Good. I'm glad the week is over.
It's been a little rough week for you.
Slightly bumpy every day.
It seems like everything that can go wrong has gone wrong with you in one day.
In 1 week.
But see, it's over with now, so now we can...
Exactly. The new week starts tomorrow. It's going to be good.
Then we have new problems.
Exactly.
Hey,
it's going to be
if
good.
everything turned out perfect, if you hit a home run every time you're up, if you won every lottery all the time, life would be boring, wouldn't it? Not really.
Not really, but...
I'm such a liar.
Thanks for the encouragement.
Well, that's it. So, anyway, we have a very, very, very hot show today. Literally a hot show. It's hot outside, but it's going to be even hotter. We have some special guests who we met at a kind of a street market in Redlands, I believe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he and she had some great sauces, hot sauces, and very impressed with their story and with their products. So we have them on in a couple of minutes. We talk to them. Mm-hmm. And then later on in the show, we have a gentleman calling in with a new product. It's an olive oil-based skin product. And as far as I'm concerned, in order to eat good and the food, you got to look good too. So somehow there's a tie-in. Olive oil, that's what it is.
Well, plus it's all natural. It's from New Zealand. There's no parabens. There's no artificial, preservatives in their product.
You're the queen of allergies. So
exactly.
No matter what you get, you're going to find allergies with it. But you've used these and you're fine with it.
Yeah, I've tried it all. Did not break out. Yay.
Okay, well, don't give away too many secrets.
I know,
we'll
right?
Talk later on. So anyway, before we get started, I want to tell you about two of our sponsors, great Soaring Swine Acres. They've been with us for about 3-4 months now, and they've been on over the years with us. And they create over 300 different types of jellies, jams, vinegars, based products, pickles, honey,
barbecue
sauces, a little bit of everything. They don't do hot sauces, but so.
Nope, not hot sauce.
Thank goodness.
It's just barbecue sauce.
So this company here we have with us,
yep.
They'll do it. But they have a little store in Yucaipa, or you can go on the line and order a bunch from them. It's called SoaringSwineAcres.com, and .com. And what's good too is they make everything in small batches and really unique flavors, and that's what makes them so nice. It's not this ordinary. So many people boring. And
and you know what really is neat? That some of the products have like popping bobas in it. Like that's a jelly with a popping bobas. Never heard of that. So if you want something really unique and something that's small batch, a woman-owned company, this is definitely the place to go.
Right.
It's SoaringSwineAcres.com. It's Soaring, SOARING, Swine, SWINE, Acres, ACRES.com. That's SoaringSwineAcres.com.
And every time we go there, they have new products. So we'll probably have them on in a couple of weeks. They have tons of new products. They're always thinking.
I know.
So.
I can't wait because they probably have new teas again because it's seasonal. So their products are very seasonal and tailored to what's available and, growing, in their ranch.
It's all about freshness. So another sponsor of ours we want to tell you about is called Bowler & Bowler Family Law. And if you're involved in a divorce or going to be in a divorce, it can be really difficult. And this is obviously, this is a company that really, really cares about you. They really are your advocate, and that's something you really want. They don't talk down to you. They really talk with you, and they understand. They take an interest in you. And there's Sean Bowler and his father is Toby Bowler. They've been doing this over 50 years, experience combined. Very professional, very ethical, and they were referred to people who've lost the cases, but they thought they did so well against them, they wanted to let people know about them. So they're very, very good. They're in Redlands. It's called Bowler, Bowler, and Bowler, and the phone number is 909-335-4848. That's 909-335-4848. BowlerandBowler.com. If you have to go through divorce or any kind of family law problems, they're the ones you definitely recommend them. Really good. So. Mm-hmm. Okay, enough with sponsors. Let's talk about hot stuff and hot. And we have two special guests here. Actually, I saw them this morning, and it's called J and Big T's Sauces. And with us is Julian and his wife, Teresa Kazan. And welcome to the Let's Sign Out show, guys.
Thank you for having us, Alan.
No problem. You. Julian, you look terrified. Smile. Come on. Jeez.
It's just us.
It's not a mortuary show. It's okay. There, good. So, anyway, being hot stuff now is all of a sudden it's becoming more and more. I mean, it's amazing how many mainstream products are now coming out with different things. Unfortunately, a lot of the products are the same. And it gets boring after a while. They have fancy names, but it's all the same garbage.
They just slap a different label on it. That's what I think.
And yours is a little different, and that's something I want to talk about. But let's talk about how you got into, why hot sauces and how you got into it, because that's not your field of professionalism, and this is a passion that you had.
Well, I'm Indian, so let's start with that. We eat spice for breakfast, lunch,
Vindaloo,
dinner.
yes.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, basically. It has to be spicy. And basically, my wife and I, we got tired of, just the average stuff that's out there. And I had been fermenting and stuff for, quite some time.
Sorry about that.
I had been fermenting for quite some time prior to, doing it as a business. My wife actually encouraged me to start doing it as basically as a business.
Mm-hmm.
And so last year we decided to take the step, and since then we've been producing quality sauces, handmade, handcrafted, unique flavors, unique pairings, and the difference is we don't use any artificial preservatives, any artificial ingredients. We don't even use powdered spices. We only use whole fruits and vegetables.
Now, has this been like a learning process, or have you taken classes in fermenting and making this stuff, or how do you get to the point of being able to do it now?
Actually, I didn't take any classes. Reading about lacto fermentation and the processes and the conditions that are necessary to promote the process. I've done everything from making beer and wine to fermenting hot sauces. I make yogurt. Even I've done dough, things like that. And basically, my passion is hot sauces. Originally, I had grown my own vegetables and, basically everything from onions, garlic, to peppers, everything that went into it. After a while, it became, it wasn't feasible anymore. So we do contract with the farmers and stuff to obtain our ingredients. And it just went from there. People, it caught on. People started liking it. We've been doing the markets. We're getting online sales even from out of state now.
Wow.
And so we've been blessed even through the pandemic.
Now, Teresa, you're out there selling it. I saw it this morning all the time, and you give little samples, which is neat. Have you always been involved in liked hot sauces too, or is it just because you wanted to support your husband, or what? What was your feeling on hot sauces?
Well, no, I have not.
Okay.
It took me a little bit to actually like the level of heat that he has brought me to actually love and be able to endure. It can be painful. I mean, let's be real.
I'm with you there.
Yes, but I do enjoy it. The one thing that we love to focus on with our hot sauces is not just heat, but the flavor.
Yep.
So we don't want to just give that good old kick in the butt, or slap in the mouth. We want you to enjoy it. That way you get that heat, but that flavor is so good that heat, the pain is worth.
Right.
It's like you want it more and more.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions too. Just because it's heat some peppers will stay with you no matter what you do, but others don't. It gets a hit. Like in Jamaica, the first time I ever was there, when they had a Scotch bonnet, they used that for everything. It hit you, but it was like wow, and then it went away. But the flavor,
Right.
and that's what you want. So now, in terms of the hotness of your peppers, let's start with the lower ones that you use, and let's go all the way up to
The ones I can
Death by
tolerate
Cake.
and actually absolutely enjoy.
Well, we have a variety that we use. We use a Scotch bonnet, like you said. We do everything from serranos and up. We don't really do jalapenos; they're not really spicy enough. So, serrano, Scotch bonnet, Carolina Reaper, ghost pepper, Moruga scorpion, peri peri red, both red and green. And with that, we do pairings with fruits like pineapple. We even have a carrot one, which is very popular. It's
wow.
a carrot reaper, and that one's very popular. Obviously, we use a lot of garlic, onions, which also go through the same fermentation process. And oftentimes when I'm making a batch, I'll integrate the entire ferment together. And sometimes I'll do it separately so I can later on pair it with something else. But the process is lengthy and it requires specific conditions. And
What kind of conditions?
the heat has to be monitored. If it's too hot, the bacteria will die. If it's too cold, it'll take too long. It has to be a sterile environment, so we use airlocked canisters, basically so that the bad bacteria won't grow, but the good bacteria will flourish. The bacteria that we want to promote the fermentation. So, I mean, it's easy to ruin a whole batch of peppers, which you've spent a long time on, just with the conditions being off. And, we check the pH to make sure it's shelf stable, everything like that. And we don't use any thickening agents. So we skip the xanthan gum, we skip the preservatives. Basically, the fermentation process renders a product to be shelf stable. And that's what we do, basically. We kind of take it back to tradition.
What's the hottest pepper there is?
I'm hearing that the Carolina Reaper is the hottest, but I'll tell you, I've gotten some ghost peppers that really, really got me.
Hair gets curled?
Yes.
A ghost, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I've had some ghost peppers that really, really lit the fire under me, and let's just say it was an experience, But yeah, Carolina Reaper I hear is the hottest, but these things change as new peppers come out.
Do you know offhand how much hotter it is, that one is versus like a jalapeno?
I don't know the exact Scoville units.
The Scoville of a Carolina Reaper is, I think it's 1.2 million.
Something like that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, if we were trying to just produce a sauce that was going to just burn you, yeah, we would be very interested in the Scoville units, because then we're just, gauging how much heat is there.
Right.
We like to provide heat with the proper flavors to balance it. So, we want the experience. You want to be able to taste your food still.
Right, and which is the important thing.
Yeah.
It's not just hotness. And I was judging one time of a salsa contest, and I think it was the second salsa that I tried was pure hot, and it killed me. I couldn't taste anything else the rest of the day. It just killed my taste buds, and it's not fun. Food's not fun when it's that
Right.
hot, when you don't enjoy it.
Right.
One time a long time ago, we went to a Thai restaurant in Buena Park, Thai in the Corn. I'll never forget that. And we were the only probably Caucasian people they've ever had there, I think. It was very authentic. And there was one dish. It was so hot we were crying at the same time of like, God, this is good.
Oh, wow.
But we couldn't eat it. It was just so hot. And it didn't make sense to us. Whereas Ethiopian dishes, you cry, but it's delicious. It's still hot, but oh my God, this is great. And you don't mind doing that. I know Izzy sometimes complains it's too hot, but she's a trooper. She likes, you like flavor more than anything.
I do. I like the complexity of different layers of flavor, so it depends on what it is. And I did try some of your sauces, and I did not run away like, a little kid. And actually, it was very good. You can really taste the layers and the time and, all the effort you put in. You really feel the love when you're tasting it, because it's really really unique. I would say most of the sauces on the market is very vinegar based. It's very just hot vinegar. That's it. And yours really have all those layers that, which I can taste and I can really appreciate it,
And in cooking, that's what you want to do. I mean, sometimes it's an afterthought, like taco, you put hot sauce on top of a taco.
Right.
But to cook with it, that's what I find really interesting. You can do a lot of cooking with it. Let's give the website out real quick. It's the letter J, the letter N, big T, sauces.com. Has all the information you want on there. If you want to order there, they have pop-ups, so you can talk about that a little bit. But let's talk about the different flavors you do, because you do quite a few that are pretty interesting.
I'll let Big T, who is my wife, Teresa. No one calls her Teresa, and that's where our company got its name from. J and Big T. I'm Julian. She's Teresa, but her personality is larger than life. So no one's called her Teresa in a very long time. So she's Big T. She's the flavor specialist.
Well, thank you so much, husband of mine, for putting me on that spot. I appreciate that.
Oh, good. I do marriage counseling, too, at the end. So I'm a social worker. So, but let's talk about some of the flavors.
Okay, some of the flavors that we do have right now. We have a melon reaper, which is a cantaloupe with the Carolina Reaper.
Wow. Okay.
It is a sweet but spicy blend. The
Izzy's like
cantaloupe-
that. She's very sweet but a little spicy too.
Likewise.
Personalities. Okay. Yeah. I can see.
The cantaloupe helps mellow out the intense flavor of the Reaper. Another one that we do is the Raspberry Reaper. And
Ooh.
the freshness of the raspberries is sweet.
A little tangy.
Yes, that's another thing that helps ease into the sting of that Reaper. Let's see, we have now the citrus habanero,
I saw that one. We're gonna.
which
do
is called the Borgen.
well, we just got that, so we're gonna do a live tasting of it. So
Yes.
Just came out with it. It was
So,
an idea that I had, and they actually did that. So
We created
Inspired
that
by
in-
Allan Borgen
We'll have
himself.
I'm very good with other people's money, aren't I?
Well, especially, citrus is all around us.
Correct.
It's easily
yeah.
it's something that's sourced here locally in California. So I mean, you're just using something that's locally sourced.
And as it happens, the oranges that were used in this sauce are from the groves in Redlands.
Oh
Yes.
wow! See,
Okay, so you got raspberry,
local.
you got orange, you got melon. What else?
We have the Beruga scorpion.
What's
which-
Ruga?
The scorpion pepper.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah. So it's on the level there of it's underneath the Carolina Reaper. It's a spicy one, but we have come to where we can mellow out the spice. It's not where it's just going to be an overwhelming,
Right.
unbearable, kick you in the butt heat. Then we did the Scotch bonnet, which is a very flavorful and mild heat.
Carrot.
The carrot Reaper.
Oh, you said that's real popular.
That is
Really
popular.
popular.
It's kind of a new flavor, but it did make a very big debut today, and that's a hot one. That is a hot one. Then we're going to come to my favorite, which is the garlic Reaper,
Oh,
and that is just it's so flavorful. I keep that bedside. I like to wake up in the middle of the night, and I love to eat, and I like putting that on my tacos, hamburgers. I'll put it on French fries, eggs, whatever I can put it on. I
That's
will
funny.
put that on. Yeah, so that is a very popular one. Pineapple habanero.
Yes, I forgot to mention the habaneros. We sell out of those a lot because some people like the spice level below the Reaper. And so we've done habaneros with pretty much everything from mango habanero that sells out a lot, pineapple habanero, what other habaneros?
Apple pear.
Apple pear and actually apricot,
And
cranberry.
Yes.
Cranberry.
Wow.
Yep.
is there
I
any-
think I tried that actually, like one
That's
of the
one you
fruity
tried,
ones. And
yeah.
actually, I usually I would stay away from habanero, and actually I survived, and lived to tell about it, and
I'm
it was
so
very
glad.
flavorful.
Well, Big T, talk about the kimchi and the Asian
Well,
garlic.
let's not forget the green peri-peris.
Oh, the green peri-peris.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
we do have a green one that's a garlic base, and we have a garlic peri-peri that also has an orange base.
Oh wow. Okay.
Ooh.
So there are two different ones. You get a little bit of a sweet, the orange pops through, as opposed to just the garlic flavor. We also do barbecue sauces.
Oh really? Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow, cool.
Didn't know
Oh,
that.
Spicy barbecue sauces, yeah.
And no sugar added. The sugar comes from the natural process of the fruit.
Wow.
So it's a healthy alternative. We do spicy kimchi, which seems to be a popular product that we
Yes.
have put out.
Seems like spices are really. They've always been there, but now they've really gone up. I think almost everywhere you go now, you see that. And markets carry a lot more hotter peppers and stuff. And do you see the same thing?
Absolutely. What got us into actually manufacturing kimchi, and we ferment it just like the traditional way, except what we do is we don't add the fish sauce and the shrimp paste and stuff like that. So our kimchi is a vegan product. It is fermented, and everyone can eat it. We got tired of getting kimchi that just didn't hit it for us, at the grocery stores, even the Asian markets. And so what we decided is let's make our own. So we were making our own, and turns out people loved it. Same thing with Asian fermented garlic, also Asian pickled garlic as we call it. But it's actually a fermented product. So it's a sweet garlic, basically fermented for about 3 months until it's bottled. And it's really good for cooking, and people pop it like candy. I know we do.
Yes.
And what's crazy is we sell probably as much or more of the kimchi and the garlic than the hot sauce.
Wow.
Yeah.
I find that amazing that the garlic, usually I'm like, oh, garlic, I don't know, it might burn my tongue, but I did try it and it was so flavorful. And because the sauce it's in, I mean, literally you want to drink it. And so beware, if you try it, you might have to buy multiple bottles because you might not want to share with anybody.
Well, Izzy, you said drink it, so we're going to keep you to this one.
Yeah, maybe that
It's
would
a
be a
brand new one he
volunteer
gave
for
to
you.
tonight. Well, no, you're a food. You got to do it live. So you're listening to the Les Sign Out Show right here on AM 1050, 106.5, and 102.3 FM, the stations that leave no listeners behind. And we're talking to Julian and Teresa Kazan. They're the owners of J and Big T's Sauces. The website is the letter J, the letter N, Big, B-I-G, the letter T, sauces.com.
And the Instagram account, just like that, is at J and Big T Sauces. J is in Julian, N is in Nancy, B-I-G-T Sauces.
You do that good. Wait till you have the hot sauce, then do it.
Yeah, then I'll be like
It's kind of
crying.
hard to focus.
We're
man.
going to do it. Yeah, we're going to do it.
They're just trying to torture me. I know this is like a conspiracy to see how I can cry.
Well, no. When did you give this to me? I saw
Earlier
you
today.
Today, so
Yeah.
it's brand new. We couldn't do this ahead of time.
I literally made this sauce in honor of Allan because he's the one that actually came and said, you know what? Have you done a citrus sauce? And
What's
there it
redlands,
is.
for God's sake?
There it is.
Citrus, yeah.
Well, citrus goes well with so many different
Yes.
dishes. It goes well with poultry. It goes well with meat. Literally, or vegan, or just
drinking it, like you said. You said it. I did. Did I say it? You did.
Yeah,
Okay.
but their sauces are tasty. I mean, plus it's natural fermented, so it's, full of probiotics, because we all want our gut health to be good. So it's full of probiotics. It's good for your tummy. So it's yummy to your tummy and then yummy to your
Well, good.
tongue.
After you have this, you tell me your tummy's good. So.
Okay.
We're going to do it in a couple of seconds here. Have you ever thought about doing pickles with this kind of fermentation with your products on there? Because I think that would be really, really incredible.
Yes,
Or chutneys. You're Indian.
yes.
Yes.
Chutneys with this
Oh,
would be.
I love chutneys.
We were
Yes.
just speaking about that today.
Actually, I do have on my shelves a ferment of tamarind. You ever had tamarind chutney?
Oh, yum.
Tamarind, which I've been fermenting for about a year. And
Oh, my goodness.
It's just
So your house looks like a mad
Wow.
scientist.
well, yeah. We have a
Yes.
room that we dedicate to all the sauces, to fermentation, because we got to keep an area where everything
Right.
isn't affected by whatever. So we've got shelves with different ferments at different stages. So I mean, sometimes we'll ferment things for 6 months. So that means we started the ferment 6 months ago, and now we're ready to bottle. Also, we buy all of our produce fresh and in season. So the raspberries that we use for our Raspberry Reaper were purchased at the time when they were in peak season, and the fermentation was started right then. Therefore, we preserve, the flavor profile. And another thing, the fermentation, it keeps all the nutrients in, and they're not boiled out or anything like that. So it just lends to, I believe, and a lot of people agree with me, a better product.
Mhm. The other thing, too, about these sauces, you really don't need a lot of them. A couple of drops is all you need for a nice batch. I mean, it goes a long, long way. It's a small
And the
little...
flavor's really, really there. I mean, like I said, it's not just what you expect for a hot sauce. It's got so many different layers of flavor. So, a little bottle really goes a long way.
And just to talk I'll get excited. Just to show that what she's talking about is true, she's going to taste this on the air live and talk about the flavors, and not real hot, you said.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now I'm going to do it too.
You do first.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. A dab on his finger. If you guys can see him, he's barely trying to get a drop out, and he's
Well, I'm no
sticking.
dummy. You think I'm dumb?
Okay, whatever.
Okay, it's got front heat.
Joe is like pausing just to see what your reaction is.
Just keep the bathroom open. No, just keep. No, it's a hint. Is it orange you have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
You taste the zest a little bit. Kind of.
Did we just say citrus?
Come here, smartass. Let's see you do it.
Okay, wait. Am I using my finger?
You have to use your finger. I know you're
Okay,
germophobic,
great.
and
Yes, I
your
didn't
hand's
like
cleaner than-
disinfect my finger.
just stick it in your mouth if you want.
No, I'm not sticking it in my mouth. Mister just did a
You
dab.
want a tablespoon?
No, I don't need a tablespoon.
Okay.
Gee, you like to see me in pain, don't you?
No. Okay.
Sadistic. Mmm. Okay. I can taste the garlic and the citrus. So the first thing that really hits my tongue, it's really, I can taste the garlic. It was like really lovely flavor garlic, real rounded, really, full body, but not like, sometimes garlic can be very stingy.
Bitter.
It doesn't have that bitter stinginess. And then you taste the citrus. Then you feel the heat. Actually, that drop did not do anything to me. Yay!
Oh,
Hi, wee! So I can actually do this. If anybody is wimpy like me, I think you'll survive this. I think you'll love this sauce. It just has a lot of flavor. Oh, Joe is supplying some sauce to put some chips to put more sauce on.
Here,
Okay.
let me shake this up for you.
Okay, Alan's
There
gonna
we go.
try some more.
See, the sauces are different when you eat them with food.
Yes.
It complements the food. It doesn't overtake it.
No. And like I said, I just had a little drop. I mean, less than the drop,
What's
and
up?
I can taste all these flavors in it. I mean, that's what's so amazing. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to go a long way with the flavor.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I did feel the burn this time, a little bit
Oh,
more.
it definitely has heat, yeah.
But it's
Joey, wanna
not
try
like
it?
it's
Okay,
not
here's-
like numbing heat. It's really a lovely, actually warm. It's just like a tea thing. It's not like some of them use so hot that
But again,
my tongue is on fire kind of thing. It's not like
But
that
it's
at
not
all.
meant to drink like we are.
No, but I mean,
It's meant to put in.
this is a whole chip full, guys. So I mean, for me to be able to speak about it afterwards, how do you like it, Joe? He said it's good. If you guys
if
see
Joe
us,
likes it, he
he's
likes it.
reaching over. He said you like it. Joe, get on the speaker.
Yeah, your hair's not curling. So, speaking of curling, when things are too hot for people, I know a lot of people drink water, which is bad because it just circulates it. What do you suggest? I know milk is one. White bread, I heard is.
Bread is what I go to
Yeah.
if something's too hot, and I've had to go to it a couple times. I tried this one sauce that was featured on a YouTube show, and so being a hot sauce manufacturer, we were curious. Let's see if all the hype is really there. We tried this sauce, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it for
You
copyright.
can say it, definitely.
Okay, we were watching this. We watch this show a lot called Hot Ones on YouTube, and there's this one sauce called Da Bomb. Now we should have been warned right there, but being as we thought, we can handle it. We make hot sauce. We got this sauce and basically a dab of it to each of us, and we have a pretty high heat tolerance. This sauce, literally, we were just begging for it to stop, and it was that strong. I really don't understand how people do that, but apparently it's a thing.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people try it just to try it.
Yeah.
So, have you ever thought of doing stuff with honey? Because that's another big thing.
We do.
Hot honey is incredible, especially on pizzas and stuff. And I
Oh,
know
you can drizzle that in everything.
Mike, who started it, he started the whole phase with Mike's Hot Honey.
Mm-hmm.
My friend who owns a pizza parlor, he basically makes his own. But I think this would be great, a honey-based, fermented, but honey-based, so it's sweet. And you can, on pizzas or anything. I don't know if
I've
you-
had it in desserts. People actually
Yeah.
drizzle it over like a
Yeah.
dessert and really gives that extra complexity of flavor. Especially your sauces is so good. I can imagine how good that's going to be.
Even with balsamic vinegar, too. Honey,
Yes.
balsamic vinegar, and your spices.
Well, I do a lot of experimentation, and we actually have one of our most popular barbecue sauces, which is also fermented. We use local Redlands honey. So
Okay.
we get it from the beekeepers that bring their honey to market, and so it's a honey peach, and this one actually has no spice in it. It's generally made for children or people who can't handle a lot of spice, because it seems like the
Like
parents.
me.
Well, the parents seem to
Sign
want
me up.
the parents seem to want the Raspberry Reaper barbecue sauce, and
Kids
the
are
kids
gonna
are
have-
like, no. So we actually started doing the honey peach. So it's organic honey and organic peaches, no sugar again, and basically the peaches are boiled down to where the sweetness comes from that, and then it's allowed to ferment, and also the honey is added first. So what it produces is a really nice tasting but sweet barbecue sauce.
See, I can see this even with like peanut butter, mix this with peanut butter and make a sandwich. So you get the sweet, you get the peanutty, you get this. I mean, you can do so much with it, and that's what you just think out of
Absolutely.
the box. It's not just for tacos and hot sauce to put on sandwiches or whatever.
Well, I used to actually eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with sriracha on it.
Okay, so
And I really did like it because it was sweet, savory. There's some sugar in the peanut butter,
or
obviously.
even
and
almond
some,
butter, you can make almonds
yeah.
with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to do that. People used to think I was weird, but I thought it was great.
Is he?
Well, I was just going to say, what we just tried by questioning what we just tasted, the citrus habanero hot sauce, and I survived to live to talk about it. It is a slow burn, so the first 2 bites, I felt the heat. It wasn't like intense heat. It's a slow burn, but it's not like intense burn, so I still feel the heat right now, 5 minutes later, and it's still a lovely heat. It's not like, okay, my tongue is on fire, I'm ready to run for the hills. So I just want to describe that to everybody, just questioning, you're on radio, you can't really feel it, so we want to just describe the sensation.
Look at the color too. I mean,
I know,
it's
it's
all
beautiful color. It's like,
emulsified really nice.
yeah, it's like a citrus, like an orange juice almost color, and you can see, I mean, it's really not thick, but it's, like I said, 2 drops full of flavor, because on the first drop, I already taste all those different, ingredients you put in it, all the love. So
How
really
long
it's
have you been doing
amazing.
this?
I've been doing it for years. Basically making sauces for myself, for my wife, for family and friends. And my wife finally said, hey, it's time to take it to the business level. And so I didn't realize how popular it was going to get and, how much in demand it would be. And, I mean, we've probably tripled like twice in
Wow.
Yeah.
our sales volume. And we haven't even really been doing this for a year yet. I think what month did we actually start producing and selling? Was it October, November?
We actually started making our first sales in November of
Yeah.
last
Oh,
year.
wow.
Wow.
So
So
you're growing really quickly.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine another 6 months. I mean, you're going to be like, a bigger house and more people working for you.
Yeah, because it's very tiring,
Yes.
especially since everything is hand done by us. It's kind of, it gets a little tiring. And then going to the shows and stuff like that, it tends to make it where the whole day is kind of filled with doing that kind of stuff. So especially when we sell out, we got to go home and make sure we bottle more stuff. And
you do small batches?
yeah, we do small batches, but relatively small.
We feel like they're big batches. What are you talking about?
Well, from what we started from, these are really big batches. I've had to go home during a show before to go and quickly bottle up some more garlic because they were selling out, and I guess it's a good problem to have, but it's kind of hard to leave a show to go and bottle some more stuff. But luckily, there's 2 of us, so
Yeah.
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 It's a learning curve too.
If you were to see it, what we do is we already have it made. It's just, it needs to be jarred.
Yeah.
So what we try to do is we try to only jar for what we think we're going to need, because it is a very timely process, even to jar and to get it sealed. It takes us a long time. Like we didn't even finish until midnight last night?
Oh yeah.
Had to be up at 5 a.m. So we were kind of, hurting a little bit this morning.
But it's worth all the effort. I'll tell you
Yes.
that.
Well, that's one thing that impressed me about both of you is the passion you have. And passion is what drives people no matter what they do. If you got a passion in it, if it's food, if it's carpentry, whatever. We had a gentleman come to our house. He's a handyman, but he's in construction. The passion that he had was amazing.
Right.
And it just makes you feel good, like you trust him. And, products like this, some of them I think, like restaurants, some of them I think just go through the motions. I
Right.
can't, it's like,
Because
why
they don't
you
enjoy what they're doing.
No. It's a job.
just
It's a job.
It's done by just mechanically, almost robotically.
Yeah.
I was in the medical field and I hated it.
okay.
And so I like to cook all day. That's what if I could just cook all day. That's what I like to do. There's just 2 of us, and I cook enough food for like 10 people. So I'm always constantly
It's like
calling
me.
people.
We're related.
Yeah, I constantly call people to come pick up food because I'm like, what am I gonna do with all this? And so I'm happiest when I'm making stuff like cooking, food related stuff, and I like to grow things. So to me, I'm not working when I'm doing that.
I feel the same way. It's not about money. It's about passion. Money, I need money, unfortunately, but it's a passion. It's turning people on to food and culture. There's so much, I hate people who just black and white. They just try the same stuff over and over.
Right.
And you mentioned like sushi or something. Go, ew. Joe wants. He's having a. Is he?
I don't know. I'm getting hand signals. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, is that it?
Oh, you want more? Oh.
No, there's many flavors. This was just one that just created for Allan.
This
called
one was
Borgen.
created for Allan.
We'll
That's
get to one. How's that? We'll get
this
one.
is
Yeah, definitely.
he
Okay.
definitely. I think he want like.
well,
he
the
felt
question
like he
is,
felt
how hot
left
do you
out.
go?
How hot do you like it?
Yes.
That's about it?
That's about, wow.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay. That's the tame version.
he's white.
No, I mean it's just this is a special one. It's just so we asked for the Borgen if anybody's interested. The citrus habanero hot sauce is created for Allan Borgen because that's his
Read the
idea.
ingredients.
And the ingredients literally very simplistic. It's all in English. It's not some chemicals. It's habanero peppers, orange, onion, garlic, ginger, salt, and vinegar. That's it. Simplistic.
And
Right.
fermented with love.
Yep.
Fermented
Very
with
much.
love.
And
Yes.
filled with tons of love and passion. Yep.
No powdered spices whatsoever. So
Now, I'm interested, this is a food show, but food and sex kind of goes together. You mentioned in your bed, you have it next to you. Does that have anything to do with...
no.
She, well, no,
You just try to embarrass her?
No. Oh, Joy, just...
Joe is going to take it and have some more. He's like, oh, I want a second round.
Well, part of the reason we call her Big T also is because her appetite is big. I wake up all the time to her munching in bed. Like, literally, she'll have food just sitting in the kitchen, and in the middle of the night, somehow I'll wake up to her munching on the food. So she keeps a hot sauce bottle right next to her bedside so that it's there and ready for
So
when
she's
she wants
addicted,
it.
basically.
Well, I mean, she eats a lot, and she likes it
Okay,
spicy.
but she doesn't look like
No.
she eats anything.
Exactly,
Okay?
and that was the joke because she's about 90 pounds,
Right.
about 5'2", and her name is Big T. They're always expecting some big husky guy to come through the door. I'm like, oh, Big T's coming. They're like, Big T, and here comes my
I'm
wife.
laughing because he's over there chugging water.
Yeah,
We just lost our
I
engineer.
got him.
Yeah.
I got him.
and then sometimes we'll be at the shows, and they'll be like, okay, so you're Jay, I'm Julian. So you're Jay. Where's Big T? She'll be sitting right next to me, and I'll be like, this is Big T right here. They're like, what? And then it'll hit them, and they'll start laughing.
That's funny. In terms of, are there any future endeavors, future
so.
things you'll be making or trying, or what kind of where you're at now is just develop? I know you're doing relabeling and repackaging and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but what's next in terms of stuff you're trying? Is that something you could talk about?
Are you talking about like long-term goals for the company?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, short term for
Short term, we'd like to get in local stores and be able to reach, a wider audience, should I say, with a quality product. It seems like a lot of people are stuck on these additive-filled, preserved, high-sodium, sugar-laden, condiments and foods. We're trying to show people basically that flavor is possible without the artificial enhancers, should I say. And this should be available to a wide group of people, not just the foodies and not just the people who are willing to go to the farmers market. It should be available to working people who don't have time to go to the markets or have children and it's just not feasible for them. They should be able to get it in their local grocery store.
Yeah, my mind's already working. Cream cheese mixed with cream cheese, like a dip. I mean, it's just
Can you imagine that spread on like just a bagel or something? Ooh, yum.
We have quite a few products that we're actually thinking about coming up with. So
even jellies.
Well, we're gonna do hot mustard. We're gonna do like a hot mustard, a hot ketchup, but not like a Heinz ketchup or like
A jalapeno, you've seen jalapeno ketchup.
wanted
yeah.
to
No, we're gonna do like something with like maybe a garlicky.
mayo.
Oh, that's another thing. The
Aioli.
Asian fermented garlic with mayonnaise. I actually use that on my sandwiches. What I do is I take some of the Asian fermented garlic, crush it up, add a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise in it, and then mix it together. And that it makes an amazing spread for burgers, sandwiches, everything. Plus our kimchi.
Wanna come over, Izzy?
Yeah, right? I'm like, sign me up, please.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of like a fusion thing that I was thinking about, and I've been experimenting with like some Indian flavors with in the hot sauce, just like you said, the chutney.
Oh,
I've been thinking about what to do with this batch of tamarind that I got going on. I was thinking about something like a spicy chutney.
Almost like a liquefied
Yeah.
chutney. I mean, who says chunky? You know, it has to be chunky.
Right. And then another thing is an actual mustard hot sauce. So a mustard-based hot sauce. So it would have the consistency of hot sauce, but the flavor profile of mustard. So
I think it's brilliant. People who are into food, they want to try different things, and that's what people who listen to the show. That's obviously the kind of people we want to listen and be part of, is to try different things. And
well, plus, this is not full of chemicals. Like in this day and age, we all want to try to be healthy. We want to try to watch what we eat. This is all natural. So everything that's sourced is from local farms and neighboring, locally in California. And also, this is like, there's no added sugar. There's no added extra stuff that you don't want. The chemicals you can't pronounce, and thickeners and stuff, which is all fillers, that makes the product goes further, use less good products. So this is good products that, it costs a lot more to get good produce and good products to make
it
them,
It is, especially it takes the effort to find them, because you might go to someone you've been getting it from and you don't like this particular batch. She's a really, really big stickler. She inspects everything. Like for the kimchi especially, we'll order it and she'll inspect it, like everything. She wants to feel it. She wants to feel the density of it and everything like that. And basically we do spend a lot of time, and then sometimes we'll get like opportunity buys where a grower will have these amazing purple carrots and we'll ferment them, and what we come up with is a hot sauce. Since we don't use artificial colors, these exotic types of fruits and vegetables impart their own flavors and impart their own colors.
I can see beets.
Yeah, beets, because they have that sweetness.
Yeah.
And like you were talking about the fillers, with barbecue sauce, every time you see a barbecue sauce on the shelf, what's the first couple ingredients is going to be sugar. Brown sugar, this and that. Corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, just all of that stuff. So we just decided, you know what, we'll go the long route, but at least it's something that I would want my family to eat. It's something that I would eat myself, because we don't really eat a lot of sugar. So that's about it.
So you have a lot of fun plans up ahead.
Yeah,
well, definitely follow them on Instagram. It posts where they're going to be at, so you can meet them in person, Jay and Big T, and get to see them and try their sauces in person. I mean, because they have so many good sauces and a huge line. There's kimchi, there's the fermented garlic. I mean, it's if I can say this, it's like crack. You can't stop eating it. I tried it and I'm like, whoa, where's more? Where's it more?
I don't know if I
to say that. I'm seriously, she's doesn't like hot food at all. She really doesn't. So for her to say this, I'm really serious. That's a compliment.
Izzy, the car's still loaded up.
You know what's funny, Alan? You know what's funny is the other night, I had a phone call at about 10:30 p.m. Yes. Now, keep in mind, we sleep early because we have early mornings and, we've been up all day. I get a call at 10:30 p.m., and it's one of our kimchi customers, and says, dude, I'm like 2 minutes from you. Can I get some kimchi, like, right now? The guy comes over and orders four jars of kimchi and was so ecstatic that he was able to get it. Not just that, we come back from a show with like orders for the pickled garlic. Please ship to me. And they're asking to ship to Colton or like San Bernardino, where like literally they're like 5 minutes, 10 minutes away.
That's a compliment. I mean, any good products, you want that. So again, the website is the letter J, the letter N, big, B-I-G, letter T, sauces.com. And Teresa and Julianne, thank you so much for joining us. And stay tuned, because we have a gentleman on the line now who has some products that Izzy's been trying, and
it's all organic
it's
too.
It's food related. It's got olives in it, olive oils and everything. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Our pleasure.
So it was a pleasure.
So with us. Okay, folks, you're listening to Let's Sign Out Show right here on AM 1050, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM, the stations that leave no listener behind. And on the phone, we have a gentleman who we just got a bunch of products from him that Izzy obviously went nuts over, but I even tried them too, and I was very impressed. So we on the line is Mark Green, who's the CEO and director at Olive Skincare. And welcome to the Let's Sign Out Show, Mark.
Yeah, hi.
You there? Okay.
Pleased to be here.
Oh, Wadika, nice to talk to you. Izzy went nuts to get your. Usually we get a lot of food stuff, but skin products is something that you don't think about on a show like this. But it's important. It goes together. You got to be healthy to eat good.
You want to be healthy inside and out.
Inside and out, exactly. So, but let's talk about your products and what makes them a little different, and how long is introduce us to your products.
Yeah, look, if I could just pick up on a point you made before about the sort of overlap of food and skincare. We have a really strong view that, how everyone is very conscious of what they eat, what they put in their body, and we say you should be just as conscious, maybe even more so, with what you put on your skin, because when you eat something, you've got some pretty strong acids in your stomach. Mm-hmm. Your skin doesn't have those, so we just say be really conscious of what you're putting on your skin.
Right, and springtime is the time of the season where a lot of things are happening and a lot of fun things. It's sunny out, and a lot of products are coming out now that you use now versus winter. So let's talk about in terms of springtiming people now, in terms of different products for your skin, because there's a difference between winter and throughout the seasons, and especially like your products are very unique.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of consideration that people should bring to their skincare as the seasons change, both from a weather perspective, where we're going from cold to warmer or even hot, but also our activities, what we get up to, perhaps more outdoors. And everyone's skin is different, so we need to have a good think about what works for us and how things may impact things like regional climate, skin type, activities. That all feeds into it, and of course, winter, the way we live or operate or act within winter, often we're hunkering down, and our skin might get a bit sort of dry.
Exactly.
Even almost leathery, dare I say. Mm-hmm. And layers of skin may have thickened up. It may get a bit patchy. Some people's skin gets more oily during winter. Some dries out. So, yeah, it's quite different for different people.
Mm-hmm. Now, your products are made in New Zealand. We have a good friend who actually lives in New Zealand. I know you're thinking about that too, isn't
Yep.
it? So let's talk about, in terms of how it got started, the company, and what are some of the, you make so many different products. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and give a website out where people can learn more about it and get them?
Yeah, sure. And look, it is a little bit strange. I'm sitting here in Auckland, New Zealand, and talking about you folk moving into spring. Of course, our seasons are reversed here, so we're moving into autumn or fall in your terminology.
Really? Oh, geez.
Our business is very much based around naturalness, and that, of course, sort of fits the New Zealand close to nature kind of ethos that we have here. Mm-hmm. And so our products are very much based around being certified natural. So there's an independent audit that we get done each year. Our factory and laboratory actually sit in the middle of an olive plantation. So we really have that naturalness ethos, and our hope would be that we could become the go-to brand for people who want affordable skincare, but really highly natural. So no horrible ingredients, etc. Mm-hmm. We do have a heritage with olives, and have built up a knowledge of olive leaf extract, and use that in our products. But our products are not heavily olive oil based. They're very much a range of creams and lotions, etc. Plus, we do have some very nice specific oil products, and all to cover everyone's skincare regime.
Right.
Yeah, I find them really lovely. They're not heavy. If you think of a lot of olive products, you think it's oily or heavy. It's not. The scent is very pleasant, very light, so it's not perfumey, and it's all natural. If you read the ingredients, you can pretty much see everything that's put in there is something from nature. And I find it easy to layer them because, like I tend to be on the drier side most year round, especially in the desert state. So I find myself, I can just layer them, not only using the rose, spritz, the facial mist, but on top of that, I can do a little bit of more oil and then the lotion. So, you really can tailor it to each person's need.
Yeah, and look, picking up on your point about the ingredients, all of our products are unique, and they've all been specially formulated for the end use of the consumer. So we don't use kind of base creams and then just throw a few ingredients on top of that. They're all specifically designed, and we do just really ask people to have a close look at our ingredient list. That's where the specialness arises. That's where the attention to detail arises. I mentioned before, for instance, the olive leaf extract. I mean, they're just wonderful antioxidant properties from that. And so it goes on with our ingredients. We're really proud of them.
Yeah, I really, really like it. I mean, like, I hadn't be on the dry side, like I just said, and I did try your body, moisturizer, and immediately, I was really itchy, and it stopped the itch. I mean, it just felt really lovely. Compared to some of the commercial products, if you have a really dry skin, you try it on, it will sting you on your body. And this one really does not. Your products are, all the ingredients are just all natural.
Yeah, that's our ethos. I mean, if people just want stuff, they might as well put, I don't know, Vaseline, petroleum oil on their skin and just use that. We're just at the other end of the spectrum from that.
What's impressive is you make so many different products. We have about 10 different products, 11 different products here. And
I tried them all. I have super sensitive skin, and usually most natural stuff I kind of stay away from because a lot of times they have, stuff that I'm allergic to. And I tried every single one of these products, did not break out, did not have any allergic reaction. So I'm super impressed.
Thank you. Yes, look, we do put a lot of attention to detail in terms of our ingredients and formulations, and we can write a free-from list, as long as anyone wants.
I can imagine.
There are some pretty nasty things like, I don't know if you've heard of PFAs or things like that in skin products. We don't even know what they are. We just keep
these are all good. These are all good
them.
products and everything. Now we want to give the website out too. It's olivenaturalskincare.com. That's olivenaturalskincare.com.
And they're on Instagram, Facebook at Olive Skincare _USA, and you can find their products at local CVS and Rite Aid.
Good stuff. So, Mark, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll have you on again talking about some of your great products.
Happy to come on anytime.
Okay.
So just give me an invite.
Okay,
Great.
sounds good.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.
Folks, we got to go.
Bye.
Take care. Happy eating, everybody.
Happy eating.
Thank you.
This is KCAA.
This